What's up, ladies and gentlemen? You are now watching Kinetic Outcome, and we are with Noman Khan, Hong Kong-based artist, but of course pursuing Bollywood, and been in the industry for quite a while, but doing this professionally for the past 3 years. So, Noman, a little bit of introduction of yourself?
Sure. My name is Noman Khan, and I've been raised and born in Hong Kong. Mostly my industry is focusing on Bollywood and Punjabi songs. I've been in this industry for past 6 years, working as a musician, presenting my songs for past 2 years. Yeah, that's all about me.
Okay. Well, to get in depth, right? To get to know more about you, how did you get here in terms of pursuing this? As you said, you started 6 years ago, right? What triggered you to have that idea of, okay, you know what, I'm gonna be an artist?
First of all, like 6 years back in 2015, I have started working as a digital marketing with different artists from Bollywood or in Hong Kong as well. I used to help their content to reach to audience. We used to do marketing campaign around in Hong Kong or like overseas, and I've worked with many different artists, even record labels who have started from 0 subscriber to 200K right now, and working with them for like past 4 years. And then I have made really good connections with those musicians, and they really pursue me to start putting in your effort in music as well if you're really interested, because you know everyone is not really a singer if you see, but they just keep on singing makes better. It's a thing. Like, so I started just doing a simple cover up. I went to a studio in Hong Kong, and I started see the figures coming in, the expenses, the recording musics, and this all. It was like new things for me, and I said like, why not just invest one time and then see how it goes. So I started recording my first song as a cover up, and it went really well. I think about like 2 years, I got copyright issue. And then the song was went down again. And after that, I said, why not do it originally? So, and then I have for past 2 years, and then I start working, saving some monies, and then invest in my new song, new lyrics, new music, new beats. And after done that part, I have focused on the video content here. I have rent a car, dancers, and the video guy, and everything is full and proper. And then I released my first party song as my first debut track. So that's how my journey came through here. After working with many musicians to digital marketing, and whenever I stuck in some places that it's really complicated for me to deal with in music terms, I just ask them. They guide me, they mentor me, they listen to my new song before even release to make it more better. That's what guided me into this industry right now, where I am right now.
Okay. Well, throughout the process, right, as you said, there were a couple of people that were already giving you tips. What was rewarding besides that? And also, what were the struggles in the process?
Rewarding was that in this journey, I have get many connections with the artists who are like in, you can say that not really a top level, but like the level they are in, they can support any beginners. I found their contacts in locally, my business in Hong Kong, right? So here I've got many connections with the studios people as well. In this journey, I have also learned many things like the tips of recording songs, making the content more better, and to the struggling part and the hardest part for me through the struggle was getting a proper content marketing here in Hong Kong, because you can see the Bollywood scene here is way dead. No one is doing it at all. I think all I heard, like there's like few of them who are even doing it, but not really in that level as a beginner. And that's what makes me sometimes down that I'm in the wrong place. I should be in like India or Pakistan working with the artists there, because I have more connections, more like of anything related to music. All I got it from outside Hong Kong. Never did anything in Hong Kong. So that was the hardest part for me. Although
you can still make Hong Kong your
base. Hong Kong can still be my base.
But this is my because I have to represent. Right?
Yeah, I have to represent as a Hong Kong, because in Hong Kong there's no any Bollywood scene. So it's a unique thing for me to represent as a Bollywood from Hong Kong.
And you can dominate instead of compete, right?
True, yeah.
Cool. Well, for the next question, in terms of variety, right? Not just Bollywood, what do you think Hong Kong's approach to the music industry in general?
If you see in Hong Kong, there's many fields. There's hip hop, there's Cantonese, English, and there's some Bollywood as well. If you compete to others, I think Bollywood doesn't really fit in Hong Kong because the audience here is less to give you support, and it's really hard for even a Bollywood artist to get involved with local artists, I mean. And everyone has their own teams and groups here, and if you see through Bollywood, there's only no one here to support you. So that's make me think that Hong Kong is not really for that, for Bollywood made.
Okay.
And if you want to be in this market, you has to be singing all kind of songs, not only Bollywood, Cantonese, Mandarin, and English as well. If you want to have local attention as well as international attentions.
But if you focus on international attention, you get more millions in the numbers.
For internationals, my main target is Pakistan and India. These two countries are my base target. And whenever I like release my content, I try my best to reach out to them than in Hong Kong. Because my more benefits of getting more audience, getting for more shares, and getting for more calls and everything for collaborations, it's on those part of countries, not in Hong Kong.
Yeah. So about that, your talent in digital marketing connects, right? So there's a science to that where you need to specifically target channels. I've been through campaigns of launching for Google AdWords, right? But I only know how to target channels based on Social Blade, and then you target those channels that focus on the audience that you're targeting. For example, let's just say I like your audience and you have 3 million subscribers, then I target your channel. But then how do you beat that 5 seconds of annoyance and they click skip?
5 seconds.
What do you think? And overall targeting them, what
target.
makes it successful?
If you can see, like, there's many campaign to do your content in digital world for marketing. So for YouTube, it's kind of different. If you see, like, whenever we watch a video, there's a few seconds ad, and then after like 10 to 20 seconds, we just click skip ad, right? But there's an option that you can just force them to watch for a long time. Like in those kind of campaign, that cost a lot of money for sure. But there's also websites marketing as well, because YouTube will also help you to market your video in some of websites as well. So that's make more audience comes in as well from outer country like India or Pakistan. The Google AdWord or YouTube AdWord to target those websites where we have more audience on those countries. If you want to specifically only for those two countries to be targeted.
And this is when your thumbnail has to be very attractive, right?
Your thumbnails and your starting beat, or you have to choose from 3-minute videos. You have to choose like one of the part which attracts, like which can attract like people to click on it. That's how it's a strategy. Like whenever you shot a 3-minute video, and you have to find a one part which can attract people to watch the full video. No matter it's a Tesla car in it, a Ferrari car in it, or a shot from a top skyscraper like that. So you have to make sure that this kind of content, it should be in the video to let people, force them to click on it and view it.
Pique the curiosity.
Pique the curiosity.
Because nowadays attention is so short, it's hard to get it.
Yeah.
And you keep scrolling, and ads are everywhere.
So regarding the channels, you say like, if I have a 3 million subscriber and then your song, and then you're gonna want to link to me with my channel's audience as well. So that's how you can do is like, there's a specific keywords in every YouTube videos. So you can just copy that into your video as a hashtag. So whenever people view my videos, beside that in the options, they can see your videos as well. That's how whole matrix of YouTube AdWords.
Like while your video is playing, my videos are on the side.
Yeah, it can be on the side. You can say that it's next video, it will be played this one, because it's connected to this video. These keywords and all search word has been matched. So that's how the matrix work.
Sounds complicated to me because you know the playground. So okay. Well, that was a good insight. Next question is, what are your tips or advice for people who want to pursue something that you're pursuing or want to be like you?
My tips will be never give up, for sure. Never give up. Try to meet more artists, no matter it's local or international. try to get connect with them. Invest in your own original songs, I would say that. Because I've been doing, in Bollywood, if we do cover-ups, it gets copyrighted after 1 year. So the money you invested on that song, it's waste. Even though if it's a video, it's got waste. So for that, you need to buy a proper license and all to put that cover up in YouTube or somewhere in shops like Apple Music. And I would also suggest that have a plan before releasing a music videos or any of your first debut track. Try to have a game plan. Like, I want to release in this date, this time. There's gonna be more traffic on Facebook, more traffic on YouTube. How I'm gonna attract more audience toward my songs. So I would say try to connect with more local people, like through social media channels, or maybe ask them to share. For share, you can do like that kind of marketing. For beginners, the best tip will be just get connected with the artists, no matter it's a local or international, or even it's a beginner, your level. If you go by a group of people together, you will reach the success. That's my point of view. Because for the past few years, I have worked with many musicians, and there's like one of my brother, and I have started working with him as a marketing, the first. Working with him, I've become so close with him that he's become my mentor, you can say that. And then every time when we work on a song or a content, I always share my point of view or share my all project to him to see if it's good to go ahead or not. So he gives me his tips as well. And then after that, he's good with it, and then I release my song. No matter whatever someone said, because if he said all good, then I just release my song. I don't see anyone saying that your song is bad, your song is not good, the video is not good, the poster is not good. So in this kind of journey, the beginners will face many issues. Like, they don't have a mentor, they don't have connections. So that's my advice, to have a connections with any artist, no matter it's a beginner, no matter it's or like a struggling parts. Just get connected with them.
And learn how to pick the humble ones.
True, yeah.
Because you'll never know who's easy to work with and who's not.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because I've been in the game for over 10 years, right? So some people are difficult, but it's rare finds to work with the humble ones.
True.
Yeah.
It's really rare.
Yeah.
If you got that one, then you can say that whenever you have any issue, no matter you have any struggling and hard to compete with, he will be the one standing with you, not the other one who's just maybe say, yeah, man, your song is good, you can just release it. And if you bring the same song to your guy who's supporting you, he'll say, no, man, you have to do some changes in between, or you have to change the content, because he will guide you through the strict. He's not going to lie to you. He's not going to lie. But some people who's just going to say, if they're competing with you, they're just going to say, release your song, man, it's good. So that's why you have to be really careful with those people.
And next question, it popped into my head. Base this only on the English artist section in Hong Kong, because the local side, I know most of them, they're backed. They're with Universal, they're with Warner Music. So what makes you unique in your own space?
First of all, I'm an independent artist. I'm not signed to any labels or record labels or so-called Universal anything. Because being an independent is that I'm not being forced from anyone to do music. And there is some secret that they think only labels can give them money, but no. Independent artists can also earn money. It's a strategy, it's a plan. Only because the record label has been created, it's because of one man who run his own channel, bringing in new talents, releasing songs from his channel, but he's earning the profit a lot than even you individuals earn. So if you think as a game planner, I started as a digital marketing, right? So I doesn't need any label to release my song anymore. For the first song I released, I went through the label, because that time I was not really sure that will my own strategies work on me as well or not. I was not really confident that time. Still, I give a go ahead. But after 1 year, I got copyright on that song. So I said, no, man, I'm just going to do it independently from now on. So I've started my own YouTube channel. I released all my songs from first debut track in Hong Kong. It's a party song. And the second one was also a cover-up. It's not been copyright yet. Because it's released from my own channel, I just did some changes in music, the wording, that how makes the cover-up as well as a unique song in it. As an independent artist, if you say to me how I earned through from YouTube, it's the same platform, Google AdWords, YouTube AdWords. That's all every record label has been also using, but yeah, they have a TV channel platform as well, radios, that they also earn from commercials, like playing ads in their songs and everything. But as an independent artist, I try my best to do it in my own circle and never have to go through any record label or sign them.
Okay. And on top of that, what do you think of distributors? Let's say, I know about CD Baby, right? I used it, I think twice, where they help you release it into every platform. There's Apple, there's Spotify, they help you license the music. And so far with the tracks I launched with them, I can actually take over my Spotify account, which I did. And I just don't need to worry about the licensing and everything because I don't really know how to do it head on, right? So what are your comments for this, and would you rather handle it by yourself?
No, for distribution, for sure, I will go through like TunerCore or CD Baby. For sure, I will just go to their websites and release my song through them. Because those distribution we also have done in locally as well, where like there's an agent who just take around maybe $100 to $200 without going through those websites. He can release all the songs from all the channels. But the best, I would say, go through the websites as you mentioned, CD Baby. They will give you back the loyalty if you know it. Have you like if your songs got too much streams and it got top 50 charts as well, you'll get your loyalty.
And you can do a setting, I actually did it. You can do a setting like if it reaches a certain amount of USD, let's say 200 USD, then you can withdraw.
Yeah,
right?
true.
I remember setting that. It's just I haven't logged in for a long time now. I took a 2-year break, sabbatical.
So it's like whenever you release song on that website, your song reaches like maybe 10,000 streams. For sure, you'll be able to earn 100 or 200 USD from one channel. If Apple Music as well, so you can double it, 300 to 400 USD.
Okay.
So if even record labels like Universals, they're also doing this business. They're getting their talent signed it. They're releasing their song through these channels, and the loyalty come to the label rather than to the talent.
And they own it for a lifetime.
Because the artists have signed through their label, right? So there's a certain amount they will be giving him, not all the amount.
Like, here's my blood.
Yeah.
I signed my soul.
It's just like, we'll give you 50 USD. It's suppose like, we'll give you 50 USD if you release song through our record label, and then we release it, we marketing, we campaign it. The earning will come, no matter it's like 5,000 USD. We'll take it. We'll just give you 50 USD because the signed it contract is that.
And they get more because it's harder now in business because they can't sell CDs.
True, they can. Nowadays, there's no one like buy CDs if you see. It's all
they still
on
do,
YouTube.
but it has to be packaged so nice.
And it should be we will say album, the better.
But then you buy it for display because you can just
play it on your phone.
You have all the songs digitally, right? MP3.
True, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
But CD Baby also give you this kind of cover, packaging covers, right? For CDs as well.
Yeah, I printed once. Not bad, actually. Because people still want the copies. Like when I did my launch party, I'm very different, right? I wasn't all about the money at the time. I was really passionate about it. So, like guys, I'm charging 100
for one CD.
But feel free to get one for free if you want. But that approach, actually, 90% paid.
Oh, that's supportive.
Because you want to see as well, do they really support? But I want to give it for free, genuinely. But if they really support, you know what? No, I'm not getting this for free. So that feels good as well.
True.
So like in my case, I figured out the whole process except the marketing side. I haven't mastered that.
Oh, okay.
And you probably are mastering the whole thing.
I started from the marketing and then come into basic. If you see it, that's why for past 6 years, from 4 years, I worked with many artists as a marketing, and then I started in the music professionally. That's how I played it.
Okay. But still, you have that skill, man. And you seem very passionate about it. I always thought it was confusing when I was trying to learn it.
It's not really confusing. It's all, you can all learn it from Google's, from YouTube. You can all learn it. It's not really confusing.
Okay. And to the next question is, who do you look up to most? Could be anybody.
For sure, I have mentioned before my friend who I was working with marketing. He's a singer as well. I look up to him most because in every of my journey steps, releasing to music, making beats, he supported me more than like my family. Also my friends local here who also support me a lot. Like, you're good at singing, why don't you like release more songs and keep up your good work. Also my local friends. my local producers. We are like 1 to 2 only if you count it. Yeah, that's most I look up most.
Okay. And then next is your journey throughout this whole process. I'm not sure of your background, right? But I always ask, did you have more supporters or more naysayers, or is it a balance, or less naysayers and more supporters?
I would say maybe balance.
Okay.
The target my country is India and Pakistan, right? So I sometimes get haters like the song you're doing is copy, or maybe because they think that the cover-up songs we do is a copy song, but actually it's already written as a cover-up song. So there are some people who doesn't understand between the cover-ups and the original tracks. So I just recently last year I did one of the cover-up for a Bollywood artist. I shot it from my iPhone 11 Pro, and then I said maybe I want to do that independently. I don't want to like put much money in it, as it was a cover-up song, not original song. So I used my iPhone to record the video, sent back to Pakistan for mix and master editing, and it came out to be really good quality compared to my first song, which was done by I think Canon camera, I guess.
What model though?
I think Canon 50D.
Okay.
The second song, which is cover-up I was talking about, I did it from iPhone, and it came out to go more audience than my first song. For my first original song, which was like 100K, and my second song, which is cover-up, which goes to 200K views. And then I see the differences is like, I'm not sure whether it was quality or whether it was the song. In between, I released that cover-up. There was many haters as well, like, why are you doing cover-ups? Why don't you do your own songs? You're making your name through the cover-ups, not your own songs. Like at that time, I feel like for many Bollywood artists, doing a cover-up song, it's not a big thing, or it's not a like down to earth thing. Like it will make me feel down if I do more cover-ups, because it will build up your confidence toward music as well, and your audience as well. It's not a competing with the top artists here. It's about just following their steps. But that one, following their steps, can also be sometimes haters gonna hate you a lot, that you're just being that, not yourself, you know. So in that period of journey, like I feel too much down, but still I didn't give up. Yeah.
Okay. And before the last question, when you got those 100,000, 200,000 views, right? If you don't mind sharing, what was the budget you used?
You mean for YouTube AdWords?
In terms of, yeah.
Okay,
the ads.
For 100K, I think I invested you're not including the musics and lyrics and those all, right? Only for the marketing part, right?
Yeah, just getting the views, getting it out there.
Getting for the marketing.
Attention, the shares.
Okay, so for marketing, I invested on my first song, which was my original song. I invested maybe around, I think 2,000 Hong Kong dollars. 2,000 Hong Kong dollars I invested on that for YouTube advertise. For the cover-up I just did recently for 200K views, I think I invested maybe also around $3,000 to $4,000 between. I invested on that. It's not about like how much money you invest in, it's about the strategies you do in the settings for make the songs more viewed it.
And when do you launch it as well?
Yeah, when
like
the
you mentioned
date,
earlier.
You know, whenever I release song, I see the peak hours of Hong Kong's as well as in India and Pakistan. You know that 6 to 8, Hong Kong is one of the most busiest traffic, or maybe like people start using phone, like going back home from offices. That's a peak hour if you say it. Same strategies I use in Pakistan and India. I find the peak hours, I release in their peak hours the video. And that peak hours, the video get advertised on all channels.
And you use least amount of money investment to get
True.
more returns on attention.
Yeah, because AdWords will pay you back as well. If you invest $100, they're going to pay you back $60 to $70 back.
Okay, so you're telling me possibly if we want 1 million views, 20,000.
True, $20,000. Because I have just recently searched on the Google AdWords for that campaign, $1 million. It's around, I think, no, not really 20,000. It's going to be like 9 to 10,000 best.
And whatever money you put in, because it's original content, and you are on YouTube partnership, you could at least earn back 50 to 60%.
You'll earn back the loyalty. You invest 9,000, you maybe receive back 6,000 or 5,000 back.
Which is fine. Better than not getting 50, 60% back.
Yeah, but the record label plays same games, same like what I do marketing, but they doesn't pay much loyalty to their talent. They keep it themselves. They just pay the certain amount which was signed on the contract. So that's part what I hate most. I don't want to be signed with any label.
Yeah, and then soon enough, once you earn the respect of the people that are watching you, because you need consistent content. That's the game, right? Name of the game.
You have to release back to back.
But once you've reached 1 million subscribers, you barely have to put much money in the marketing.
Yeah, because that 1 million is coming from your YouTube marketing and campaign. It's all real and organic. It's like your supporters.
And you earn from that anyway, because you already earned it. You paid for it.
So maybe that, if you reach that part, 1 million views, 1 million subscriber. So maybe that time you doesn't have to do marketing anymore.
Yeah, because
you can just let your song flow in by
because
itself.
the conversion ratio now is not that hard. The moment you upload or I upload something, if we're subscribed to each other, the moment I wake up in the morning, I just see your video. Like Noman Khan just uploaded a new video.
Yes, because they always get notifications if you subscribe, right?
All right, cool. And last question, anything to expect from you for the next year or two or 5 years from now, your master plan, like a few things you want to spill here and there, or do you just want people to pay attention and follow your channel?
Because right now I'm nothing doing in my channels right now for past, I think, 7 to 8 months. My first debut song I released on 2020. And then my co-op song I released on January this year. And then after that I didn't do anything due to pandemic. The studios was closed as well. And you can say the whole market was stopped at some point.
Your own studio or you pay?
I had my own studio as well. And I also go to the local studio where every local artist go. There's some of the artists where, like, you know, Hong Kong famous artists, I don't know their names, but they also go there. That's very expensive. For 1 hour you see it's $1,000, $2,000 per hour for recording. So I say, like, to record a professional song, I'd rather go to them than recording at home. It's not really that professional. So because at home I doesn't really have a well set up for my own studio. I also want to do back-to-back many songs, but sometimes I get really busy in Hong Kong life, you know. It's work every time. It's really hard to give time to music if you're living in Hong Kong, if you see it.
You can, but you need to focus only on where you earn.
True.
If it's another business, like where I am, I'm doing insurance, right? And if you're in a relationship, you better make sure that relationship has its boundaries and you already have spoken and have an agreement. I don't know if you know this guy. I'm a big fan. His name's Patrick Bet David, right? He's big on my industry as well. He has, if I'm not wrong, 180 offices and a lot of agents under him. But he works a lot. And before he got married, he had that sit-down discussion with his girlfriend at the time on how will this relationship work. And he says, like it or not, you better sit down and talk about it before you even start a marriage, because that's the only way it'll work out. So if we're pursuing this, because I know what it takes to do music, man, and it takes a lot of hours and hard work. Okay, since we have a 30-minute limit, we're going to be continuing to that part where you rather have somebody that rather kick your butt every day and tell you, hey, I want you to put out good music. I love you, but I will hate you if you don't put out good music. So if that's what you're pursuing, it's good to have a partner like that in a relationship. Because if you're in a relationship where you just are two very different people, and for example, my last relationship, nothing bad about her, but I'm just that person who's all about, this is my idea, I'm going to make it happen no matter what. This is what I want to do, I want to do it, I will do it, no, you're not going to stop me. So she was in a different thinking. So couldn't work out. But it wasn't something we discussed about when we first started dating, because we never knew we would be working together, right?
True.
So it's very important to set the boundaries in place and expectations on both ends.
True. Listen, I agree with you, mate.
So I think it's doable, but you got to be willing to put in the hours.
True.
So if you're excited of the goal, even if it takes 4 hours of sleep sometimes or 5 hours, because I've been there. When I was doing Straight Outta Hong Kong at one point, I was doing a full-time job selling toys around Southeast Asia, and at the same time doing all these marketing, planning for the artists, making sure the event will go smoothly. There you go. I sleep 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I have to wake up at 8, start work at 9 or 9:30.
The thing about, like, whenever we in Hong Kong life, we work from 9 to 6, Monday to Saturday. Sunday is only off day. And then you want to put some time on music as well. It's really hard to get back on it after 1 week of working, So sometimes you get distracted in that part. So that makes all the musicians who are like in Hong Kong right now to be separated and have a long gap, That's happening with me right now. But still, I can put more attention on it. But it's just that the pandemic reason right now, and then the all contents, like the ideas is not coming up for making some
I'll be
new
honest
songs.
with you, man. Like, I started maybe 2000 writing, maybe 2005, 2006. If you ever research the archives, I suck so bad. But anyway, to get back to it, a lot of people had this issue with me moving forward when we worked together, because I was all about getting it done. And I don't care. I was more ruthless back then. Like, I don't care how you feel. I don't care what you say. I don't care what reason you give me why your verse is not done. You gotta get it done. Because this is the deadline. So you need to have that kind of dedication, unfortunately. And they say it takes a little bit of madness to push through, right? So if you really can vision and map it out, you'll do everything. That's all I have to say. There may be some artists that are really like that. Probably a lot. But if you want to be productive in this, and you mapped out that vision, like how we talked about, okay, it takes 2,000 to get 100,000 views, and I'm going to get 50, 60% back of what I invested. Why don't I do this and map it out for the next 8 to 10 months or 12 months? And my aim is that 1 million views, right? And when you can really map it out and get that 1 million views, I really feel that the earning will be there already.
It's not that like you will even earn, like invest $2,000, you'll get back like $600 or $700 back. You can sometimes even get back 3,000 or 4,000, because while doing that marketing or campaign, you will
might
also
get more views, right?
Yeah, more
it
organic.
It might be a crazy hit.
More organic clicks, more organic search.
Yeah, and the beauty of it is you don't know what you're gonna get.
True, yeah.
Right?
You'll never know through the night. It's gonna just go up from 0 to 100.
Yeah, so if anything you do in life, you'll never know what you're gonna get.
It's true.
But you gotta put in the hours. Might as well, right? Because the standard 9 to 5 person, if they're happy and not complaining, great. But there's a lot that complain. They do the same thing until they're 65, then they retire. But if you can go crazy at a young age, how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
23.
You're 23, right? I started this a long time ago when I was below 20. I'm still here, I'm still in the game, still trying to figure this out. But if I'm gonna die now, I have no regrets, because I put out everything I want to put out. Right? I've been as productive, because it's all about the mind. I really believe it's all about the mind, because everything around you, these buildings that you see, these boats, was once an idea of somebody. And people don't realize that they live in a dream.
True.
Right? So just go all out. You're 23, man. Like, if you have a 7-year game plan and you figured out the marketing platform anyway, which I didn't, which I should be figuring out now, you can make it happen in less than 7 years. But you have to go full crazy throttle for the next 4 years.
True.
Like head down, work, head up, not there yet. Okay, head down, work, not there yet. Keep going. Because I really know that if you stretch beyond the norm, because everybody's 9 to 5 and want to go home and enjoy, sadly, that's how it is. Because you might not have time for family.
True. Yeah.
You might not have time for a relationship. Or maybe you do, but the girl is very supportive, but she's the one going to you. If you're in the studio, she's there. If you're filming your music video, she's there. You're working on your Google AdWords campaign, she's there beside you, eating chips or something, right? So it's all doable, but you have to see the reward. If you can't see it, you won't put in the work.
True.
So you gotta map it out.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's really hard to struggle here in music, especially for me, I say. Because for you guys can sing English, maybe Chinese as well, right? I never heard you sing in Chinese.
I tried once with, shout outs to Flash Kid. That guy put me on the spot. He's like, yo, you a rapper, right? In Cantonese. I met him for the first time. He's like, yeah, man. Let's collab. And I'm like, sure? Because we're like, there's never been a Filipino and Hong Kong rapper that ever collabed. And I'm like, yeah, man, we'll make history. And he's like, but you gotta rap in Cantonese. I'm like, holy shit. Okay, I tried. So I wrote 8 bars in Cantonese, 8 bars in English. Worked out. And then when we put it out, boom. We didn't really know how AdWords worked that time, but it was easier to get organic views in YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, man, I guess to wrap this up,
thanks a lot.
It was great speaking with you. Good insight.
Here,
Ladies and gentlemen, Noman Khan. I'll put the links in the description box. Check out everything and his music videos, and keep on track. Kinetic Outcome. Hector Tamo, I forgot that.
Thanks.
Our aim is to provide value, so if you like what you watched, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'm also a financial advisor based in Hong Kong, so feel free to check the description box for my details and email or DM. And if ever you need video and photography services, the phenomenal videos you're watching right now are filmed by Edry Mendoza. Lastly, if you love hip-hop music, rap, R&B, singing, whichever that sounds amazing to your ears, because I always do a lot of experiments with it, feel free to drop by my channel at SCF Saint or Saint Crossfade. Appreciate you for being part of this episode and more to come. Till next time.